Alright, this is the first video I've ever done where I'm just actively speaking my mind. No short form content, because I always do short form content. And it's never just a raw, uncut version of my actual thoughts where I'm just actively speaking whatever I'm thinking. But this video could go in a lot of different directions, but I just want to get better at talking. Because it's so hard to sit and talk to a camera and try to be personable, acting like there's someone there when there's just nothing there. I'm just looking at a black iPhone 15. Yes, I don't have the new iPhone 17, I'm sorry. It's just so difficult to me to actually be personable and amiable on camera as if I'm talking to someone when I'm just, like, no one's here. Yet I have a beautiful view. It does look crazy out. Like, look at this. There are people looking at me most likely, and it's good though. I feel like I'm getting out of my comfort zone and it feels pretty good. And just actively trying to talk and get my words out there, there's nothing better than that. But what I wanted to talk about today is just the feeling of being aimless. Just aimlessly living and aimlessly waking up each day, not knowing what to do, not knowing what your purpose is, and not knowing how to apply yourself and actually get results and do something that you know you're capable of. Because I've spent the past year or so just being aimless, not knowing what to do. I knew I was destined for greater, but I didn't know how to apply myself and how to get to where I wanted to be, because there was this big delta between where I was and where I wanted to be, and that's still massive. I was here, I'm now right here, if that. The only thing is though, is that I can look back and say that I'm better now. I've grown since last year, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever the time may be. I've grown since yesterday, and that's the most important thing I can say, is that I've gotten better each day, whether or not be a percent or even just like 0.1%. I've gotten a little bit better. I try to go to bed each night learning something new. Each night I can go to bed saying, ah yes, I didn't know this when I had woken up. And if you can do that each day, you're winning no matter what. And if it's something that's applicable, because it's not just bullshit that you're watching on short form and bullshit that you can't apply to real life and do anything with, and it's just destroying your brain. No one cares about that. That's just terrible for you. It's just, like, look at yourself in a third person perspective. Whenever you're scrolling or doing something, I want you to actually think like there's a camera right here, and it's just like, I'm looking at myself. It's future me looking through that camera, and they're looking at me do this right now, squandering my time, squandering the 3 or 4 hours of free time that I have in the evening, in the morning, throughout the day, whatever it may be, whenever you get bored and distracted. And you're looking at yourself through this camera 20 years from now thinking, why didn't you do anything? Why didn't you fucking do anything? And it's so painful, because I've done this the whole like past year of just aimlessly wandering on my phone and my brain just feeling clouded, just having no mental clarity. And I wasn't half as bad as the people around me, just being on their phones all the time, just 10 hours a day, 14 hours a day, just absurdity. And I really, it will take discipline. It will take discipline no matter what to stop this habit, because your brain is wired so short form right now. The dopamine receptors, you're just constantly craving dopamine, and you have to get off of that, because you're never going to be able to do anything in life, because it's not going to have such a fast feedback loop as scrolling, as endlessly scrolling reels, TikTok, anything else. That is the most damaging thing you can do right now. And even if it's motivational content where it's like, hey, hyped up, rah rah rah, or just some educational video, even if it's like 20 seconds long, you're not going to remember that. You're going to walk away, maybe even like an hour later, you're not even going to remember. Just like, damn, what was that one video? What was that one video about David Goggins? Like, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Since getting off my phone and setting actual parameters, I had screen time set up now. I think it's 30 minutes. 30 minutes for all social media. So that's across like Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. And I sound like a little 5-year-old still having these apps. But honestly, I still have Snapchat just because of the essence. I still communicate with my friends. And I'm 19, by the way. So it's not too crazy. Like, probably when I'm like 20, 22, I'll try to get the people that I do want to keep in contact with for the rest of my life, or like the nearing years. and actually communicate with them through texts and phone calls and everything else and get off Snapchat. But there's a lot of people on there where I just don't really want the effort of getting their number, and a lot of group chats to where if I'm not really involved on Snapchat, it would just be completely disregarded. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about, the transition between friends that I'm going through right now, because right now I feel like I'm in an era of I don't really fit in with my past friends that I had hung out with, the friends that I had developed in high school and actually molded myself to, molded my personality to, and grown off of and done things with. Because now I'm in a transitional period where I'm outgrowing them, they're relatively staying the same as they age, staying with around the same people, around the same mindset of just craving the next fun thing. How can they hang out? How can they go spend money? I'm trying to apply each waking hour I have, and I'm still terrible at it. I still walk around likely wasting like 5 hours a day of actual time that I could be applying myself. Like, it's crazy to me. I'll update y'all later. I gotta go. I got a meeting at 9. I'll try to post more of these. Honestly, I like doing it. My thoughts were all across the board. There's no general topic on this video, and I apologize for that, but they'll get better. I know I can talk. I know I can do more, but it's hard to be personable and hard to form my thoughts. I need to write down my thoughts on a piece of paper and have it in front of me. That way I don't just go in a million different directions, which I kind of did right there. But hey, we'll continue to get better. It's a beautiful morning. And y'all have a good day. Kill it, attack it, everything.